Berserk, in addition to a number of other things, has had a really interesting impact on my life. For those of you who don't know, Berserk is a dark fantasy series that handles very heavy and disturbing themes. The protagonist, known as Guts, really has this fascinating character arc where he goes through this cycle of forming human connections in this dark and twisted world, being burned and traumatized by those connections, and then as a reaction, closing himself off from everyone else around him before eventually learning how to form new connections and kind of move on to better days. I think what makes Guts as a protagonist resonate with so many people, including myself, is the fact that his strife, his story, seems to so closely resemble the average everyday struggles that most of us go through in the real world. Now, obviously, most of us can't relate to the physical demons and monsters that Guts has to fight. It's those interpersonal demons and that internal struggle that he goes through that makes his character so compelling and so relatable. Now, as I mentioned, when I first started reading Berserk, that was during my first year of med school, and to be totally frank, that was one of the most difficult, darkest times of my whole life, and it felt relieving to see Guts go through something similar, because early on in the manga he is also very much at a low point. But as with everything, time moves on and things get better, and it got to the point where when I finally finished reading the manga during my fourth and final year of school, I had finally achieved a sense of peace with myself that I had never had before. And that's just what made the experience so cool, that I got to read Berserk throughout all 4 of those pretty formative years. And as I got to develop my own character, work on my own flaws, and kind of struggle through my own battles, I got to see Guts do the same thing throughout the manga. And by the end of both of our stories, we were in better places than when we started. I do have to add the caveat that I actually haven't finished Berserk, in the sense that there's still new chapters being released every few months actually. So we have yet to see how this story truly will pan out. But no matter what happens to our favorite characters, I truly believe that the story of Berserk is an inspirational one. And the main thing we should glean or take away from it is that no matter how dark things get, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel, so never stop struggling. On that note, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.